Okay, hi you guys, how are you? Nice to catch up with you all. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. I know we went back up north, you know, my famous lake where my tarot cards went into the lake. So we were up there and I, for the most part, was like, I'm not paying attention to the news. Even though some things were percolating before we left, and I was kind of like, what's going on with that? Well, yeah, he isn't around, you know. So then I start paying attention to it a little bit more. I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? Where is he? He never goes as long without saying something, you know. So then I really started paying attention. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I brought all my stuff with me. I did not have a pendulum with me. So I used my necklace and I kept getting the same answers. And I think I asked some of you to do your pendulums and see what you get. Is, you know, what is his health status? And I kept getting the thing. You know, we all want him gone. But I'm like, this is too good to be true kind of thing. It can't be this easy. I'm sorry. My biases are coming out here. But I couldn't wait to get home and look at the quarter moon, because I know we're on our way to the full moon lunar eclipse. Remember, full moons, they are climax, they illuminate, they manifest things, and then things fade away. You cannot grow anything more from a full moon. And if you look at the last 2 weeks, this is exactly what is setting the stage for DC Don Julio for this eclipse that, oh my gosh. I thought what was happening to him over the weekend, I'm like, wait, we didn't have the lunar eclipse yet. You know, and last time when I was live, we talked a lot about the new moon Virgo setting, what was setting the stage, because this one is really clobbering him horribly. I'm like, this is too soon type of thing. So anyway, I'm going to say hello to you guys. How are you? Hi, Kim. Oh, someone just said on Twitter that she could tell he's been intubated. Hold that thought. I have a theory that keeps coming back to me. Oh, Caroline is an ICU nurse, and she said, I can tell you often have a raspy voice when intubated tube is removed. That really kind of confirms something for me. Okay, hi Robin, hi Just Joy, and all our forest dwellers. Hi Marie, it's hot as heck in East County, San Diego for the past week. I just got home in time to go into the forest with you. Keep cool out there. Hi Teresa, Charlie C. Sage of Fire, and Teresa A. Gabriel King. Oh, Marie Sutton, thank you so much. I'm going to have to write that down. Let's see what kind of cards we're inspired to draw at the end there, Marie. Okay. Hello, Cynthia Pierce. You're wondering about what he was throwing out the window. That was just so weird. Hi, Electra. Yes, hit the like comment, please. Oh, boy. Okay. Hi, Renee. Hi, Emmy. I have the same singing bugs. I know. You know, last year when they said the cicadas were coming back, we did not have all the cicadas that people had. We had friends that were literally shoveling a foot of cicadas in their driveways, and we got nothing. But this year, they are so noisy. So I'm glad you guys can hear it, because it's very summery. I have my windows open. Hi, Jules. Kelly. Hi, you guys. I'm afraid not. Got here on time. Is it October yet? Hi, Leela. Beverly. Teresa. Patty. Did I get everyone? Electra. I know. And you know what? Yes, I agree with you, Electro. That watch over the weekend was amazing, and you could just feel like everyone kind of coming together. I mean, that in itself was a huge way. Hi, Val. What's the deal with Trump and Visa? I haven't even been able to look at it. I will tell you, though, during his first term, there was a huge connection to Venezuela. Because at the time, I don't know if you guys remember this, but CITGO was selling, they have their brand in Venezuela. It's not Prevacon. I don't know why I want to say that. But they had their brand. And the thing is, as I understand it, fuel cell towers and like the fuel lines in our nation, that if you are a gas company, you own the easement of those fuel cell towers and the pipelines. You like actually own it. So at the time, around the time he was elected, inaugurated in that first year, there was just suddenly this big debate about, is CITGO going to sell to Venezuela? But what it was the transaction was actually for the Russia. And I think Senator Tammy from Duckworth, she helped block that from happening. But, oh my gosh. So I don't know what the fallout has been since. I feel like this is all staged because they're all kind of in the same boat. And Don Julio really does need to go after cartels, but apparently I don't think he can go after American cartels. And he's got to have the big drama to distract and deflect from everything else that's going on, because it's pretty bad what's going on. The Venezuela thing doesn't feel like it has a lot of traction for me. It feels like there is staging, and I think Rubio replied to someone very snottily about asking him about something, and it's just, I felt like he replied so snottily to get them to stop asking, because he just doesn't want to discuss it. Okay. Oh yes, happy birthday to I'm Afraid Not. Oh, and Emmy, you both had birthdays. Okay, so that was that. So, oh gosh, where do I start? Okay, so what was going on? Where's my ring is over here. Where's my ring? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I didn't have the ring with me. And so I'm using my necklace. Is he alive? Is he dead? And I kept trying to ask it in different ways. And it kept coming up, no, he's not. He's not alive. But I couldn't feel the sense that he did pass, because there would have been a big, huge reaction within the White House. And they really had everything tamped down and very quiet. But as I as I zeroed in on certain people, there were some certain reactions. And now this is when I got home into the Terrascope. I'll tell you who nope, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we had this crisis first quarter moon. That happened on Sunday, August 31st at 2:25 a.m. Okay, where's all my questions I'm asking people? That's that. Is this it? Ha! So this is what happened. So when I start throwing this Terrascope, I'm starting to see little things start to percolate. Number one, that moon void of course for me. You guys know that when I draw that card, a lot of times it's from like random, events, mass shooter events type of thing. But it kept coming up around Don Julio that something out of the blue was going to happen. And then that kept showing up as trying to keep it under wraps and not let anyone know. So I look at Don Julio. Then I look at his doctor, what's going on. I don't know what all this stuff means, but I can tell he is looking for some stability because there's something happened and then it really threatened and his life. I think someone did CPR on him. What? Okay, I'll get to that. Stephen Miller, his reaction, I'm like, what happened? What's going on? He had this sense of gulps, like, oh my gosh, I'm so screwed. What am I going to do with my project? And all of a sudden, he just seemed so small. Like he knew the end was near, and he was in a panic about what he's going to be doing. Christy Nome, she just looks kind of pissed. And she, like, I could see her going off and talking to Corey and just going on and pissed off that she can't do what she wanted to do because Don Julio had this medical emergency. So nice, huh? JD, so excited. Like, doesn't feel bad about anything. He is chomping at the bit. He is ready. I just was kind of blown away by that. And then when I would look at, just Usha came to mind and she was like, oh, please, please, please. Like, she can't believe how lucky she is. These people are so self-centered. And then Melania was sobbing. I'm like, oh my gosh, something must have happened if Melania is sobbing. And when I tuned into her, it was all about, I lost my status as the First Lady of the United States because he's going to be gone. I'm not going to be able to benefit from this. And like, poor me, poor me. Like she's, like something's being taken away from her. So you know something serious is going on. I did one on the presser that was happening for today and what the plan was. When I tuned into Rubio about what happened over the weekend, he was stunned, like almost shell-shocked. He was stunned, like, I'm in the middle of this stuff. What am I going to tell these people and where are we going? And then that had me tune into that whatever is being orchestrated behind the scenes, because you got Heritage, you have all these people with P2025 who are doing things, and there was a real crisis I felt from them that they had to get something in order. It caught all of them off guard, and they needed time. They needed time to figure out the severity, figure out what was going on. And then the Republican Party about JD. Peter Thiel is thrilled, just thrilled. He's like charging forth. So I'm just going to come out and say what my theory is. Maybe I should. I'm going to grab my ring and I'm going to ask a question first, and we'll see how that comes out because I haven't been able to look at that yet. So, hello, my sweet ring. Okay, so let's get this. So, up and down is yes, side to side is no. I can do like, it might be yes, then no. That's for like something that's true, but then something negative happens or negates it. But anyway, here's my pendulum, my ring. So good to see you. I want to know, did Don Julio have the same procedure as my father-in-law last spring? Don Julio have the same procedure as my father? He did! Oh my God! Ah! Sorry. So, my father-in-law last spring had to have a pacemaker put in, for his heart because my father-in-law's heart rate got so low. He was so pasty white. They brought him to the hospital. They're like, we have to give you a pacemaker, like a temporary pacemaker. And they're like, okay, well, it didn't work. And he all of a sudden flatlined in front of my husband and his brother. And they shooed everyone out. And they're like, what's going on? He totally flatlined in front of them. And so then they put him back into surgery and he got a pacemaker. And I wonder if Don Julio suddenly had a heart attack, wasn't responsive, and then had to go into surgery for a pacemaker, and his skin is so pasty. Like, and the reason why I thought of my father-in-law is because when, you know, he was propped up in front of the podium today, and the way he was moving and talking, I'm like, oh my, and the skin color, I'm like, that is my father-in-law. And then I just had the sense that, yes, that's what happened. I heard he had a screaming fit, fell to the floor, allegedly. White House closed off, and Walter Reed was 2. 3, Marine 1 seen leaving. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is DJT in the slow walk home to his maker. And I will tell you, for the past month, it's like I started tuning into this when my sweet uncle passed away last May. Before that, like in January, because I know that like you have your angels that are there with you, your team that helps you transition. And so I kept like standing next to like my uncle and trying to look down like the horizon, but it's not a horizon. It's just like everything is white. And I'm trying to see, is the angel there going to come? Is it time? Is it time? And as we got closer and closer and closer to his time, it was like almost like this whole big, I don't know, just a big, I don't even want to say a veil. I don't even want to say like a curtain, but just, it was just kind of like this big thing came over him. And as soon as it went behind him, like that's when it happened, like within days. So like the past month, I'm like, okay, where, Don Julio, where is your angels? And last month when I looked at, they were so close, like in close meaning, like I could see them. I could, and mind you, this is kind of like enhanced stick figures. But it's like I could see, and they were much closer than I thought. You know, like maybe like half a block away or so. But slowly and slowly, and when I just did this live with the new moon in Virgo, like they were really close. And then last week before this all happened, it was like they were knocking on the door. And like, because they had to get him. Knock, knock, knock. And they couldn't get in, of course, because Don Julio doesn't cooperate. But that's what I kept seeing. So okay, I should just draw some cards because I'm just telling you guys everything. Can you believe this? I'm the second reader to say that about Miller. Oh, that is interesting. Hi, Brenda. So many charts, a little time. I know. Ah, la, la, la. A pacemaker only kicks in when your heart drops. Yeah, so my father-in-law, he's got the state-of-the-art pacemaker now. Supposedly, it's like, you know, they have it connected to a computer program. They have him connected to a satellite to keep track of his heart rate, and they're keeping it at a steady 60 beats per minute. And this guy is just like, just kind of moves very steadily and slowly. I wouldn't say it's the hare and the tortoise type of slowly, but everything is work. And in the beginning, he was so tired. And I just seeing him today at that presser, I didn't listen to him. He reminded me so much of that because like his body is just kind of like propped up there and his head's talking. Like his head isn't even connected to his body. Aren't they required to put JD? Well, I think, Jules, yeah, JD's supposed to step in, but who knows? Okay, let's ask the ring. Donald did not go under anesthesia. Donald did not go under anesthesia. No, that's wrong. So Donald did. He went under anesthesia. Yes. Okay. So was JD sworn in while he was under anesthesia? Was JD sworn in while he was under anesthesia? Was he sworn in? He was sworn in. Oh my gosh, no wonder they were just so excited, and he was like acting like, yeah, I got it, la 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 la. Delphian, yeah, Don Julio's not the real part. He's the puppet. He is the puppet, and he is the puppet for Coke and Heritage Foundation. And I'm telling you, why the heck is Coke still around? Because I'm just waiting for this Pluto Aquarius to take care of its job. And how about Rudy? He also has a stellium in Leo. And boy, howdy, that was crazy. Hi, Shelby. I'm afraid. You think Stephen's standing in the way of Vance. Oh, that is very interesting. Okay, I wanted to grab some cards. Why am I grabbing cards? You know what? I need some water. I'm parched. Okay. Look at this. I talked about this last week. This new moon Virgo over Washington, D.C., it's the setting. We're setting the stage for what happens this lunation, especially with what's revealed at the lunar eclipse. So this is everything on the table. And when I looked at Don Julio, I could not believe it in retrospect. He had that Neptune card. Neptune has been associated with death. He's got Pluto transformation. He's got the 6th house of health. But, okay. What am I supposed to do? I'm feeling a little, okay. Yes, this is a very much a dark moon Lilith mystery type of thing. Don Julio's been very scared, and he has those issues with abandonment. He had to go under anesthesia for something. I think he got a pacemaker installed. Do we have dark moon Lilith here? Okay. Dark moon Lilith came up. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and I have 1,000 things coming at me. Okay, so this was the first quarter crisis moon on the 31st, I think, did I say? So what was energizing, or not really energizing Don Julio for this first quarter moon was dark moon Lilith. And then his signifier was the moon void, of course, something suddenly happening and keeping it under wraps. Oh, and that matched, he has this cluster of cards over here, which exactly matched the secret of having a pacemaker. But this new moon in Virgo was so important. It was on August 23rd. Because the top of the chart and the bottom of the chart has, this moon will be at 15 degrees Pisces. This is a total lunar eclipse. The sun will be at 15 degrees Virgo. So this thing setting the stage has the eclipse over it at the top and the bottom of the chart. And when I was thinking about this, I just felt like Don Julio was just getting stretched out, like he would pop. So let's take a look. The top of the chart, what we know about Donald, news. The bottom of the chart, the thing that they're trying to hide, the secret of his health. Okay. So when we get to now, there's the lunar eclipse. 15, 15, 18, 14. Okay. What? I'm sorry, you guys. I just feel like, what is coming? What? Okay. I'm sorry, I am jumping all over the place. So let's go back to this weekend. This chart was very interesting to me. So this is the first quarter moon, the crisis first quarter moon. The top of the chart is 28 Pisces. We have Saturn conjunct the top of the chart. We have Saturn has just retrograded back into Pisces. I think that's the thing that helped him out, because he's really been struggling with this Saturn and Aries, and having it go back into a water sign made it easier for his Saturn because he's being so weighed down. The other thing that stood out to me with this is on the cusp here of the second house. Remember, I've said in the past, when you have planets on the cusps of a sign, that like opens up the chart. For me, it just like every single door is open to every single house, like anything can happen. You know, when synchronicity hits, it's like everything about timing. Well, I see that that is where Venus is, and that Venus in Leo, that's Venus circulation. And here at this quarter moon on the second house cusp, we have 6 degrees Leo. That's the United States North Node, where we are headed. Okay, so that happens in the wee hour, and then the White House tweeted something about the press pool. Like Don Julio, this might be wrong, but Don Julio, I think, did he leave the White House at 9:52 and then arrived at his golf club, they said that's Universal Time. No? Yes? I thought it was at 10 a.m. Okay, I think I have something mixed up here. But the moon at that point was 13 degrees Sagittarius. Look at this. Hours earlier, they have the first quarter crisis moon. What is this degree here? On the 6th house cusp of health is 13 degrees Sagittarius. So it's like this chart was set in the wee hours, and for whatever reason, the staff was like, yeah, we have to put something out there about his health. And so when I saw this, it was like, no, this is lying. This is lying. They had to put something out there. Okay, what am I supposed to do? They had to put something out there because Chiron. So this has stood for several things for me, but Chiron, that's the wounded healer, being able to heal yourself. Reversed, not healing. Things are not going the way they are planned. And they had to put something out because everybody here, this is the public. They had to tell the public something. Mars force. Because everyone was getting so aggressive on the death watch. Okay, so I want to know how Don Julio was doing, because this feels scared. This feels scared and just trying to put something together, put anything together. They want to put something together. The Two of Swords. They've got to make a decision. And they don't have a lot of information. Is he this or that? I think they were waiting to get more information before they could put something out. But I don't think Donald was healing like they were expecting to. Oh God. Fool. 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. The 3 of Cups. Okay. The Chariot and the 2 of Wands. So the Fool, you guys know, this has been for me for indictments. But in this case, it's because what happened in the past, suddenly we're off to something change. They don't know what to do. In the moment of this, they're trying to establish they want to make sure he's comfortable, they're comfortable, and so they're putting something out from the White House addressing this issue. I know queens, they can be nations, they can be entities. The public, meanwhile, is like, my dream card, they're like, what's going on? What happened to him? What happened? They're hiding it. What happened to him? We're making up all of these ideas. There's so many ideas that are out there. Oh, they got it. They have to get control of it. Yes, the public is caught up. They're looking for a magic solution. They want this to be revealed. Oh my gosh, look at this major arcana. So I'm sensing a lot of fear. What were they fearing from the public? They were fearing this from the public. They were fearing this from the public. Because Donald, we'll put Donald down here. 7 of Swords. They were afraid. We got to steal the narrative back. They were afraid of the public doing this. The 8 of Pentacles. The Judgments. America. Oh, I think they were getting afraid of people demanding that he be out. That he, the 25th Amendment, that there's rules and things that should take place. This is what they were really afraid. Wow, this was a real crisis, you guys, over the weekend. I think at one time they thought that maybe he wasn't going to make it, the Hermit. This is health. They're still trying to figure out what's going on with him. That was on Saturday. There goes my throat. That was on Saturday. So now they think they've tamped it down. And Don Julio is in the Oval today. I want to know, did Donald walk in there? Let's do yes, no. Hello, Ring. Okay, yes. Okay, I need to, just too much information. Okay, today, did Donald walk into the Oval for his presser? Did he walk into the Oval for his presser? No. Was he wheelchaired in? Was he wheelchaired in? I'm going to say, yeah, he was wheelchaired in. Now, everyone standing behind him seemed pretty scared, like they were spotting him if he fell. Everyone there standing behind him, were they afraid for him? Were they afraid for him? And like maybe he'll fall over. Yeah, and you know what? So that's why they had all those goofy, weird smiles on their faces, and why they were like clapping and like kind of had the look on their face like, holy shit, are we going to get away with this? Right? How are you guys doing? Oh, whoops. I'm far behind here. Just Joy, Death, it's still on challenge. He can run, but he can't hide. That's what I want to talk about. Drugs. Oh, Gia said he had a stroke. She saw him collapse on the floor. You know what? I have always seen him stumbling and slipping, perhaps related to a stroke. But maybe that happens later on, because this feels totally different. And because the setup, there's so much Leo energy and Mercury energy that was pointing to his heart and how his heart has been regulated with this chart. Like, where was it? I just figured this out. So at this quarter moon, there's an issue with the North Node destiny. Mercury at the time, Mercury is that thing that regulates things. It's the communicator. It's how your cells communicate to one another. You know, how you keep things in motion, mechanical things, you know, like motors, whatever. So if you want to think of like a heart rate, a heart beating, well, on this day, Mercury was conjunct Donald's Mars, aggression, inflammation, speed, attack, in his 12th house of secrets and hidden enemies. So what I think happened with this is that his heart rate, whatever, it was suddenly accelerated. Like something just happened really quickly, but because of the position of Mars in Libra and Saturn in Aries, they're in opposition. And when you get Mars opposing Saturn, this relationship is so prominent in death charts. If like there's a struggle or an accident or something out of the blue, you will see a lot of stress in between these planets. Well, these two are opposite. You know, Saturn doesn't move. It pins things down. So in Aries, it's kind of like it inhibits that Mars. When Mars now wants to rush forth, now that Mercury is touching it. And Mars here in Libra, well, that's balance. Libra has to do with balance. And Mars there gets things out of balance. So I was seeing his heart revving up, and then his natal Mercury was over here. His natal Mercury, remember I was talking about like pace and timing and like a heart beating rhythm. Well, that was exactly caught in the midpoint of these powerful hitters. It became the midpoint. It's in a T-square. And I think what this quarter moon activated all of that stuff. But it did involve circulation. It did involve blood. It did involve the balance of his body. And so like I was saying, over the weekend when I was up north, I didn't have my ring. I had to take off my necklace and use it as a pendulum. But I kept getting that Don Julio was gone. So today I'm like, let's see if I can replicate this. So when I was asking if he was dead, is that because he temporarily died? Yeah, that is a yes. Yeah, I am getting, I don't know if they snatched him away from the angels, like he escaped death again, but like it was time. It was supposed to happen. And so he's so pasty white. I just feel like the pendulum is telling me, well, he was supposed to go. Okay, let's look at that. I don't even know how to look at that. Was he supposed to go? The part of fortune increase. This is timing. What goes up must come down. This was showing for Donald's doctor. What was giving him life was trying to regulate timing and bring stability. This part of fortune. Gnome, this was her signifier reversed, which to me in the way she was acting, it was like, she was like, I can't believe this happened. I can't tell anyone about it, but she sure was pissed. What was crowning JD? Neptune. That's the death card for me. I also had the 8th house all over the place, meaning massive change or like death and endings. But this Neptune was crowning JD, and it was also crowning his pacemaker. Okay, so, oh my gosh, now I totally forgot what I was asking. I was asking, did he die? Did he die? Okay. Show me Don Julio and his relationship to death over the weekend. I need to shuffle these a little bit more. How are you guys doing? Patricia, took weeks for a friend to heal after adding a pacemaker, so it's drugs. Yeah. Like my father-in-law, it took him a while, but once he adjusted, like now he's doing well, but he was exhausted and tired, and like his body was like a block of cement. Val, I had a dream last month of the White House of Fire. Still can't figure out what that was for. That's interesting. He only weighs 215 pounds. Carrie, yeah, my heart did some funny crap on Saturday. It was up to 140, yeah. Electra, I know he keeps coming back. Marie, I feel like something is not finished to happen still. Yep, I think when it happens, it's over. It's over quickly. We still have to get through this full moon, because this full moon, remember, that's a big reveal. It's an illumination of it, and this is the setting for him going to this full moon, possibly dying, and relating to the United States substance with her North Node, which is totally opposite of everything he's doing. So, oh no, Donald's relationship to death. Did he die? And I want to do, what is this spread? The one that we always do. I don't do them so much anymore, but that's one I want to do. So, did he die? Donald? It's covering him. Did he die? What was his challenge? I feel like he's on the operating table. At the foundation, we have this. What's crowning him? Did he die? This is what's crowning him in the past, which led to and further out. How do we see Donald here? Did he die momentarily? What's the environment like for him? This is the hope, the fear. Next step. Final outcome. Did he die? Well, the Two of Swords separates things. There's two decisions. This one or that one. This is where we are. Separating. We've got to perform a magical trick on him. I'm like getting the doctor here. The temperance and blending their expertise. And holy crap, you guys. That 10 of Swords. I think he was there. I think he might have been there. Hi, Amanda. Slava, Ukraine. Yes, Shelby. I think he dodged a bullet. But let's see. This is what happened to him, like death. Was he dead for any of this? Ooh. So this is, I just got, this is my card that, there goes my throat. This is the card, oh my gosh. So this is the card, usually I get two people talking to each other. Usually it's like a dictator telling the peon what to do. But the reason my throat is closing up is because the angel was there. The angel was there, like I was describing before. Knock, knock, let us in, type of thing. Holy crap. Okay, so what's covering him in this situation? The Six of Pentacles reversed. He is totally out of balance. We got a problem with the blood balance. Left and right. This could be Mars Libra. His challenge, facing possible death. The Lovers. I don't see this as lovers as people, but am I going to stay or am I going to go? And it's like trying to get the two halves of his body to coordinate, because something is so haywire off. At the foundation of this, we have the Hierophant. He's at the hospital. And this is major medicine coming in and experts. It's crowning him the Nine of Pentacles. Safety. His safety and his security. I'm feeling like this is like the United States, actually. Safety and security. Oh, they got a big problem. This could be the government too, because they're like, holy crap, what are we going to do for our security? Yeah, the government was involved. In the past, the Queen of Wands. Fire. Firing things up. I'm getting red. Like this is, okay, like the queen. So the queens are also bodies. It's like, I don't know if, it's, what is the aorta? The arterial circulation. Oh boy. Which led to, oh my gosh, he's gonna go. We're on our way. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. Ace of Wands, hit him. Hit him, hit him, get him back. Oh my God, is that CPR? Is that CPR? Is this Ace of Wands CPR? Or those paddles? Is this Ace of Wands CPR or... You guys, they might have used paddles on him. They were trying to resuscitate him. So this is how we see him, the Six of Wands challenge. Oh my gosh, to get him going and upright. You guys, that is so bad. They can't, okay, so he is laying down, but it's trying to get him back. So, oh, this is not good. His environment, the Two of Wands reverse. Like I was seeing this earlier, why he didn't walk, and he couldn't, not being able to walk into the oval today for that presser. So it's like we see him on the table. They can't get things to go. His brush with death. The hope is that they can revive him. There's a lot of chatter out there, but the hope is they got something to do. The fear is, oh wait, but this is him facing death. No, yeah, his angels are there. The Star, the challenge, the fear. I'm not going to be the star. I can't be the star. This feels like such narcissism. Next, what happened? Oh, that's my yes card reversed. So the next up, they got something going. What did they get going? The heart. They got the heart going, beating. The Two of Pentacles. Like I'm thinking of like blood pressure too. They got it going. Final outcome. There you go. They got him balanced. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Like, are you sure it wasn't Satan? I don't think God was. They were afraid of gas emissions. Hi, Regina. What if he got a glimpse into heaven and didn't want to come back? You guys, okay, so the other thing I was seeing over the weekend, because, you know, like my necklace kept saying he's gone, I would just kind of tune into him, and he looked like he was, oh my gosh, there goes my throat. He was peacefully sleeping, I guess. Maybe he was in like a hospital bed, but I couldn't tell if it was a hospital bed or a coffin, to be honest. So he was somewhere kind of like probably medicated, sleeping. And then I'm like, and then I would see like flatline. And then I'm like, why is he still here? Then one time I saw like his body kind of floating above, kind of tethered, and he's kind of like, kind of aware, but like, nope. And then I saw him like sitting back again. Then later on, caught me by surprise, I saw him like in that same spot, but now he's in a straitjacket, and he is furious and angry. I mean, he reminds me of Satan, to be honest. But he is like so angry and wants to do his thing, but he's being told no. So he's like in that straitjacket. So I don't know if he had a glimpse. I think he just was like, no, I don't want to go. And don't you guys think that everyone in the Oval today was kind of acting like someone who's just like gotten out of the hospital, and you're so relieved they're okay, and you want to just celebrate and cheer, and you just don't even care what happens? That's what that reminded me of. It was just such a weird presser in the Oval. Okay. Freda, I promise you that what they got going wasn't his microwave. Caroline, fire that doctor. I don't want him to ever know peace on me. Oh, Just Joy. Any lawyers in the chat? Just Joy wants to know if there's any lawyers in the chat. I do not know what kind of question you have. The word is Teal does not like Miller, so Miller has not legit position to pull rank. Yeah, he seemed to me like he was scared, like he was out. Like this was the end of it. But he was scared. I do not want to read on Stephen Miller, but I just want to know, what was he so scared about? There you go. The blood. This is the Venus conjunct USA North Node. We need to do North Node over here. This is he's so scared. He just like gets puny, teeny tiny. The 10 of Pentacles. He is so scared. 7 of Pentacles. He is just so scared. Justice reversed. I just feel like he wants to stomp his feet because he's not going to get what he wants. He's like invested so much into this. He's ready to turn over the scales of justice, but he's got more to do. And this is also fear of, like having FBI, the law coming after him. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what did I wanted to know? Oh, the North Node. Okay, so as you guys know, the North Node of the moon, if you just kind of want to think destiny and the way we're headed, think of a new moon. With a lunar eclipse, it's going to be that much more powerful, and it's going to create change. Remember, eclipses force people and things to change when they refuse to do so. So I want to know USA North Node, because there's a huge chasm here. Donald's health. Donald and his health. The heart of the matter. Cancer. The body, it is also represents the United States of America. So this is Don Julio. The Yod, the destiny reversed. To me, usually this is like pointing at something else, but this is pointing at him. I feel like it's his destiny collapsing on him. But we have the USA North Node here, very prominent, and it's in this position. Jupiter is conjunct the ascendant. this axis here of 17 Capricorn Cancer, that was the north-south axis at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. So I feel like even that from 2020 is active, which had everything to do with the change in world power and structures in government. So we've got Jupiter sitting right on that point, how it was in DC, blowing stuff up, expansive and huge, United States. But this USA North Node, and I will tell you, 7 degrees Leo, 7 degrees Leo right there, that's Biden's Pluto. And it wasn't it interesting that we just kept seeing him out and about doing things, empowered and healthy and strong? What a contrast. So USA North Node. Our North Node is increase. It is fortune. We've got Jupiter there helping us out. You know, Jupiter being the great benefactor of miracles, good luck, and windfalls, so to speak. I mean, it can blow things up negatively too, but this is supposed to be really good for the United States. So I want to know, and this feels like it needs to be like that. I don't think, Donald, do you even, Donald, relationship, there's no relationship. What's going on with you? He can't reach it. Okay, USA North Node, boop, 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 boo. This just feels like it's blowing stuff apart. What are you, like you're breaking free? Oh, we've got that Mercury-Uranus square, revolution square. This to you. My North Node says this to you. Donald has nothing. The 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. So I don't know why I always see this with the 3 of Cups. I know it's 3 branches of government, but I also feel like it's how the body is regulated, the waters of the body being regulated and in balance. So Donald has a weight of his health falling on him, and this whole thing is related to USA North Node and where she's headed, the Ace of Swords. Look at that, the Ace of Swords. Remember I said this was out of reach. He's trying so hard to attack her. He can't. He's like, I still have work to do to destroy her. The Ace of Swords, what? 7 of Cups, the cloud. Oh my gosh. He cannot pull it off anymore. The deception. He is really, I feel like this is Neptune as well, weighing him down. Medication, clouding things up. He can't reach it. Meanwhile, USA North Node is pointing at him like this, the 5 of Swords. I'm going to fight you. USA North Node is pointing, we are in a big fight with him. The Hermit. The USA is pointing at him. We're looking at you. What is this? USA is fighting North Node. They're investigating everything they need to investigate because he tried to overturn the government. Is this Russia? This is Russia. Trying to turn us into like the Russia, because before all this happened now, there was that thing I was looking at about, okay, we're going to switch gears here. Was it just last week before all this happened? My gosh, it feels like it was forever ago. So the Russia last week, there goes my throat. They launched some bombs that hit a U.S. business in Kyiv. It also hit the offices, I think, of something related to the European Union and maybe Germany or France. But they hit those targets. Russia doing that. Hitting those targets. And I just felt like I had to get feedback from Don Julio on what this was all about. And yes, Don Julio knew he was going to do that, and he didn't care, because the dream, this Mercury retrograde, this is recreating the United States. Oh, yep. Recreating the United States. That's what he wants to do. Recreate. Where is it? Recreate the United States. Look at that. North Node reversed. How about that for that reading we just did? The United States North Node wants to have a word with you, and his goal is to undo USA's greatness and status in the world. So this is him wanting to change the United States. Let me just look at the list of things that I looked at related to that. I mean, because that feels like it was forever ago. Oh my gosh, now where is it? Is this it? No. Is this it? Oh, yes, okay. So Don Julio's new vision he lined up the Pisces Aries card. This is what he wants for the United States plus the Russia as her ally, to turn it into something new, and it's going to be by secret. And what do we have down here? There were these bombings. I have Don Julio's plan against the U.S. with PUtz, and then I have Don Julio's plan with PUtz against the USA. And I also had here Don Julio trying to provoke Article 5 against the United States. I have on here 30 countries no longer shipping stuff to the USA. Don Julio's opinion about that. But here we go. Here comes Doge as part of the plan, and putting our social security numbers on unsecured servers. Look at this. Aries Pisces, the vision for Donald wants for the USA and Russia alliance. And that happens via Doge. I think this fire card is a hidden war he has against us. And what else? I have things related to EPS. I have things related to Election Truth Alliance. Spies that were found in Greenland. What do we have here? This was Lev Parnas saying something is underway to remove Don Julio. That's the lunar solar connection. Oh, that is interesting. President Biden, what's actively removing Don Julio? He had an opinion about that. And why did he revoke Kamala's Secret Service? There's so much Doge all over this. Article 5. Wow. So that was that. That was it. You guys, I feel like we need to take a break. What time is it? Yes, we do need to take a break. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and then I'm going to figure out what else we're supposed to talk about, because this has really been throwing me for a loop. I will look at your questions and your comments there in the chat. But we are going to take a 3-minute break. And I sure hope Lawrence is back. this chart. August 20th. Okay, you guys, I am drawing up a chart right now. Hey, how about JB Pritzker? That's our governor. I hope everyone else falls in and into place and helps. I'm telling you guys, I don't think ICE knows what they're in for, having to deal with traffic in the Chicago metro area. If they are going to, like, what is that, Pilsen neighborhood, like, that is like right in the middle of stuff. It's farther away from the lake. It's like in between the expressways. They come into the city. But if all those people are being housed at the naval station and they have to take, I mean, the commute is going to be well over an hour. And then once you get in the neighborhoods, you can't just drive. You've got stoplights and pedestrians and buses, and you've got L stops. It's like, it's going to be relatively easy, I think, to stop them if enough people are around to stop them. And I think it's going to be great for people to be able to just run away and take off, because you go down an alley, or let's say you go up to an L-stop platform, I think they're going to have a hard time. I really hope that they have a hard time. So let me see. Okie doke, how are you guys doing? I have this chart I had to draw up. Okay. Let me see. Let me look at the chat real quick. Let me make sure I'm on the same page as you guys. I can get this. Okay. Protesters will turn their cars. Yeah, I think they're going to be in for a surprise. Urban warfare is not so easy. A bunch of the Gen X's wearing ICE uniforms will be easy praise for the brothers and sisters. Just I have a hard time walking in Chicago, much less driving. Exactly. I'm afraid not. My pendulum says PUtz won't finish 2025 on this planet. Yeah, I have gotten that sense too, as well. Yeah, I would say there's something there. Should we do that real quick? I'm afraid not. Has been on a roll, you guys. Will PUtz, here, let me get this in a nice circle. There you go. Will PUtz finish his term in 2025? Will PUtz finish his term in 2025? Nope. I gotta know. I was feeling like it was leaning yes, but like he could, but something. Yes, love our governor. Okay, what else? We want to sue for bringing him back. You want to sue the doctor for saving him? Okay. Let's see. Yes, North Node, the karma of our future. Oh my gosh, that's right, Just Joy. They tried to crash Ursula's plane on her way to Belgium. Yes, I think he needs a war, and they're trying to provoke Article 5 against the United States, and now we got the Venezuela thing. Yeah, BRICS is merging more countries and inviting more, but I feel like that's temporary until we get our shite together and all the election interference crap comes out. I just feel like the world's gonna be like, oh, that's what happened. Okay, so I wanted to know. I'm making this showing the. I need to look at this chart really quickly. 20. See if I see anything. 8 sag. 8 sag. Is that 20? Okay, so anyway, I had to draw up a chart really quickly because last week, here, let me show you. This is what I posted on Blue Sky. Wow, I'm feeling jittery like something bad is going to happen. This is August 28th. I did my live on the Wednesday the 27th, so this is Thursday at 6:49 p.m. And so I wonder if that relates to... So I'm feeling jittery. What does that have to do? What was I tuning into? Because everything I was trying to tune into, I'm like, no, it's not that. No, it's not that. No, it's... What did this have to do with? There you go. Dark Moon Lilith. This was the card that I drew at the beginning with Donald's health going awry. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it was just this jittery feeling I just could not escape. Okay. Close. Save. Oh, not just his term, his life. Okay, I got it. I'm afraid. Okay. Think he was throwing the shite out of the White House. Okay. What was throwing stuff out of the White House window? And the desired outcome by doing that. Okay. I need some more Grand Trine blessings. Usually this has to do with the comms that flow so easily between PUtz and Don Julio. And of course, Pluto being destruction. Okay. Was what was being thrown out of the window have anything to do with comms or connections or relationships to PUtz and Russia? Holy cow. Okay. Did they need some... They were not going to destroy something. They were not going to destroy something. They did not want something destroyed. They did not... So they were throwing crap out of the window because it had to be destroyed. Why? Comes with Russia. Ooh, I just got Mr. Epps. Oh, we've got some surveillance. We've got some intel. Looking at something between the Russia. 7 of... Oh my gosh. They got to throw this stuff out. Is this because trying to stay ahead of... Are they trying to stay ahead of the Epps stuff? Are they trying to stay... Did they throw that stuff out of the window to stay ahead of Epps stuff? Also related to Russia. No. Is this related to EPS? Does Rush or PUtz want this destroyed? Does Rush or PUtz want this destroyed? My hand is shaking. Okay, so that was a directive from outside the U.S. They wanted the evidence. People getting caught? Like what kind of evidence? Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands reversed. Related to the White House. I feel like these are comms. Destroying comms at White House. Mar-a-Lago? White House. What is this? Oh, no. Oligarchs conspiring with them. So, supposedly, that's what was getting tossed out the window. Those are bulletproof windows. It is just so ridiculous. Building going on. The bags have junk from the built. Is it Elon stuff? It's allegedly the Lincoln bedroom. Prevent stuff from being... we burn the classified documents not needed. Okay, so that's just what I got. I could be wrong. Okay? You guys got anything else? I'm afraid not. Now I want to know who recovered them. You're so nosy like I am. Yeah, exactly. Okay, who recovered those documents? Who recovered them? Oh, Sagittarius, someone from afar or intending to give it to someone from afar, not in the United States, or is it law? Is it the law in the SCOTUS? No. This is going to somebody else in another country. So this, contents of the bag, or whatever, these are the contents. Must go to this person feels far, far away. Almost like the Himalayas. Far, far, far away. I am getting... yeah, like the Himalayas, Nepal, China, Russia. Way over. That is weird. Ah. Six of Pentacles. Could that be money, bribes? Something, data that's going to reveal some judgments and secrets with the rusher. These were the contents. The King of Swords. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, is this intelligence? There goes my throat. Someone in charge of intelligence. The Page of Pentacles, someone with data. Oh my gosh, they are protecting someone. They are protecting someone. Is this Donald's family? No. It's like a back channel person. And I don't know why Kyle Rittenhouse just came to mind. Kyle Rittenhouse, when I see him, because of all the stuff that happened at the same time, it's like the reason why he destroyed all of his socials ultimately goes back to the China. This is for entertainment purposes only. I didn't say that at the beginning. All of this, forever and ever, is for entertainment purposes only. Just so y'all know. They had to get it to this person far, far. The Ten of Wands. The tens complete the op. Oh my gosh. This is evidence that they completed in tandem with somebody over, this person over there had to get this, a dictator, death. Oh geez, Ace of Swords reversed. they have to bury this is what made Don Julio Emperor, the Ace of Swords. This investigation is falling on them. It's falling on that person. This person came to the government with the goods, Six of Pentacles. It's related to election interference fraud, I think. Oh my gosh. Delphian, I was in training with Walt Nauta's lawyer recently. I'll ask her. Okay, that's so weird you say that, because I was, Delphian, I kind of tuned into him just a little bit, because I think one time we discovered he changes his diapers. That's Walt's job. Look at that. He's the star. And so I was seeing him over the weekend when, you know, it's like, is he alive or not? But he was just kind of standing outside, kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say the rose garden, but just somewhere on the ground. It's like, whoo, just kind of stand there. Nobody's talking to him. He's just by himself. Like, I don't have to do that now. Somebody else is taking care of that. Oh, you're welcome, Constance. We're going live. Marie, election interference? Yeah. Because, you know, he wants mail-in ballots now. No, he wants to end mail-in ballots. That's because they don't use the same tabulators as they do on election day. And I think he's doing so poorly that whatever they do with the tabulators to the algorithm that changes votes over, and they less go to Kamala, and now suddenly Don Julio gets more. What was I just saying about that? Oh, because he's doing so poorly, I think that the algorithm you need bigger numbers to pull that off. And so he wants to force everyone to go vote in person. He's not going to be around for that, you guys. But, even though he's not going to be around, I think, and all of them are feeling a lot of pressure to carry out what he needs to finish the job with P2025, etc., and trying to maintain control. There's a big fear over the weekend on how are we going to maintain control? How are we going to be able to, be in charge? They're having problems. They're having big problems. She won't tell me anything. She was married to Newt Gingrich. Ew. She had a job to do. Eileen got pissed at here too. Yeah, Aileen, I saw MAGA was angry that foreigners are taking our jobs. Like Aileen, go ahead, take her. I know. They don't maintain control of anything, but they need to consolidate power that much more. Okay? Okay, so I think spies in the White House, yeah. Marie, I think that there's moles. And there's a rift. People can't figure out who they are. They're trying to figure out who they are. But I feel there are people in that White House who are going to facilitate. They're facilitating all of them getting busted. Maybe Donald removed. I don't know. But there are definitely moles. Okay, so that's it. That is it. You guys, thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm glad we got to clear the air with all this, because this was kind of insane. But we know this is really refined the trajectory and focus that they have going forward, because he could be a goner at any time. Okay? So, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming out.